Yes, sir. Yes.
Hello. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Sir, there is
So
some
today
background noise.
our discussion is sorry. Whenever I am asking the question, please unmute your mic and you speak it. Otherwise, sound is clear.
Can you hear me?
What do you want to say, Jagan? What do you want to say?
Sir, there are some
Jagan.
background noise from your side. Currently can't hear it.
Sorry. Jagan. We are going to support detailed. So generally, we are going to see general estimations. Along with that, we will see roads and bridges. All the estimation length, width, depth, wherever it is applicable, estimate excavation, footing, concrete, length, depth. Likewise, whenever we calculate the plastering length and the width calculate. It has been posted. Actually, the quantity. But
Sir, your voice is not audible, sir.
இப்போ கிளியராக கேட்குதாம்மா? இப்போ கிளியராக கேட்குதா? ஹலோ
Yes, sir.
ஹலோ 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 இப்போ கிளியராக கேட்குதாப்பா? ஹலோ இப்போ கிளியராக கேட்குதா? ஹலோ ஹலோ இஸ் மை வாய்ஸ் இஸ் ஆடிபிள்? Hello, is my voice is audible?
Sir, voice
Hello, my voice is audible? இப்போ இப்போ வாய்ஸ் கேட்குதா? இப்போ வாய்ஸ் கிளியராக கேட்குதா? ஹலோ இப்போ வாய்ஸ் கிளியராக கேட்குதா? இப்போ வாய்ஸ் கிளியராக கேட்குதா? ஹலோ
சார்
ஹலோ
சார்
ஹலோ சரி இது பண்ணோம் ஒய்ஃபை
Sir,
பண்ணிட்டு போயிடுறேன்.
break ஆகுது, sir.
சரிம்மா நான் வேற ரூம் சேஞ்ச் பண்ணுறேம்மா, வேற ரூம் சேஞ்ச் பண்ணுறேம்மா. ஒன் செகண்ட். ஸோ நெக்ஸ்ட் கிளாஸ் onwards this problem will not happen. So actually Hello, are you hearing my voice? Hello, hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Sorry for the interruption. Okay, so that is what in all the companies you can see the planning engineer maybe or a costing engineer maybe or estimation engineer maybe they have to use the um, drawings for the estimations. So through that, for example, in the plan drawing itself, they can easily calculate the brickwork as well as the plastering as well as the whitewashing and all they can calculate. Apart from that, the slab bottoms also the how many running meter the slab bottom has to be fixed and all they can calculate through the drawings plan ground floor drawing, first floor drawing, second floor drawing, and third floor drawings will be there, right? So in some construction, they are keeping that odd floors, ODD, odd floors. That means the first floor, third floor, fifth floors, seventh floor. That will be having the same typical section. So if you calculate the first floor values, all the value will be applicable to the third floor. Likewise, third floor values will be applicable to fifth floor. Likewise, the fifth floor brickwork value will be applicable to seventh floor. Likewise, the things will be keep in the construction usually. So these are the important points you have to taken care. So now we are going to see about the preparation of the detailed estimation. So, already you have studied about estimation. Anyway, according with our subject point of view, I want to discuss some more points here. Estimation is the scientific way of working out the approximate cost of an engineering project before execution of the work. So before executing, we must calculate the quantities for all the works. Without calculating quantity, we should not execute the work. Otherwise, we will be the loser. It is totally different from calculation of the exact cost after completion of the project. So whatever we are doing the estimation, right? Apart from the estimation, some of the amount we have to be put in the construction. For example, labor absenteeisms. Other than the due to the labor absenteeisms, automatically the projects will be getting delayed. That is the point. Next is that due to say natural calamities like cyclone, rains. Due to that also project end duration will be getting delayed. So according with the kind of situations, we have to be spend some more cost on the construction. Estimation requires a thorough knowledge of the construction procedures and cost of materials and labor in addition to the skill, experience, foresight, and good judgment. So always the estimator has to think about the construction methodologies, then cost of materials, labor in addition to the skill, experience, foresight, and good judgment. So for that, it takes some time. That means more than 7 years or 8 years or 10 years only they can do the exact estimation. An estimate of the cost of a construction job is the probable cost of that job as computed from plans and specifications. Whatever the estimation you can do, right? So it has to be taken from plans as well as the specifications. So one more time, I want to remind the specifications. Specification is nothing but actually it tells about the workmanship, whether the laborers are the skilled or unskilled. Other than that, it has to be mentioned about the type of material, whether the material is first class or second class or third class, and all it has to be described in the specifications. Other than that, mixed proportions also described in the specifications. So two specifications are there. First one is the general specifications, second one is the detailed specifications. In general specifications, general items only has been given. In detailed specification, more details has to be given in the detailed specifications. For a good estimate, the actual cost of the proposed work after completion should not differ from by more than 5 to 10 percentage from its approximate cost estimate, provided there are no unusual, unforeseen circumstances. So good estimators, that means already we have discussed in the earlier classes. So 5 to 10 percentage only it has to be vary um, from the approximate cost estimations. The It helped to work out the approximate cost of the project in order to decide its feasibility with respect to the cost and to ensure the financial resources if the proposal is approved. Requirements of controlled materials such as cement and steel can be estimated for making applications to the controlling authorities. It is used for framing the tenders for the works and to check contractors' work during and after the execution for the purpose of making payments to the contractor. So, estimation is not only to execute the works, for framing the tender works also the estimations we are using, and also through these estimations only we can pay the amount to the contractor. From quantities of different items of work calculated in detailed estimation, resources are allocated to different activities of the project and ultimately their durations and whole planning and scheduling of the project is carried out. So, after completing the estimations, we can incorporate the resources according to the estimations. We can make the planning and scheduling for the project. Site conditions affecting the overall cost. How the site conditions affecting the overall cost? First one, each type of work requires a different method of construction. So already we have seen in our earlier classes. So every construction is having their separate methodologies according with their company overhead cost. That methodology will be vary. Some of, for example, some of the construction follow the Indian construction methodology. Some of the constructions follows the German standard methodology. Some of the companies follow the French standard methodology. Some of the companies following the British standard methodologies that differ from the company cost to from company to company. According to their overhead cost, the methodology will be vary. So methodology is nothing but here methodology mentioned about the method of construction. Construction may be of an ordinary house or office, and it may also be of a dam, tunnel, multi-story building, airport, bridge, or a road already in operation. Each of these works requires totally different construction techniques, type of machinery, and the formwork. So according to the superplasticists, the formwork period will be varied. Deform work period will be vary according to the construction techniques. Some of the foreign constructions carrying the robotic techniques. Some of the companies having the human methodology techniques only they are having. So then type of machinery also plays a vital role. So the machinery may be A, B, C, D, etc. Then second point, quality of labor and labor output varies in different localities. So according to the skilled and unskilled, their productivity will be vary. So, for example, in, in the contract projects, lab-based responses will be less only. If you go to the in-house construction project, the lab response will be little more. Weather conditions greatly affect the output and hence the overall cost. For example, Missouri, Simla, Darjeeling, Kashmir and all, usually they are starting the work after 10 a.m. only. So due to that, the labor's output will be less and also it affects the overall cost. Point is that ground conditions vary and change the method of construction. For example, excavation may be dry, wet, hard, soft, shallow, or deep, requiring different efforts. The work may be in open ground such as fields, or it may be in congested areas such as near or on the public roads, necessitating extensive watching, lighting, and controlling effects, etc. So, whatever we estimated, right? So, sometimes the estimation amount will be very right. So, that is what we are discussing these points. The source of availability of a sufficient supply of materials of good quality is also a factor. Seventh point, the availability of construction machinery also affects the method of construction. Eighth point, access to the site must be reasonable. If the access is poor, temporary roads may be constructed. Qualities of a good estimator. In preparing an estimate, the estimator must have good knowledge regarding the important rules of quality surveying. He must thoroughly understand the drawings of the structure of which he is going to prepare an estimate. He must also be clearly informed about the specifications showing nature and classes of works and the materials to be used, because the rates at which various types of works can be executed depend upon its specifications. A good estimator of construction costs should possess the following capabilities also. First one, a knowledge of the details of construction work. Second one, experience in construction work. Third one, having information regarding the materials required, machinery needed, overhead problems, and cost of all kinds. Fourth one, good judgment with regard to different localities, different jobs, and different workmen. Fifth one, selection of a good method for preparing an estimate. Sixth one, ability to be careful, thorough, hardworking, and accurate. Ability to collect, classify, and evaluate data relating to estimation. Eighth one, ability to visualize all the steps during the process of construction. Before preparing the estimate, the estimator should visit the site and make a study of conditions there. For example, if the construction of a large building is planned, the estimator or his representative should visit the site, note the location of the proposed building, get all data available regarding the soil, then make a sketch of the site showing all important details. Next is obtain information concerning light, power, and water. Secure information concerning banking facilities. Note conditions of streets, leading to railway yards and to material dealers. Investigate general efficiency of local workmen. Types of estimate. There are two main types of estimates. First one is rough cost estimate, second one is detailed estimate. Depending upon the purpose of estimate, some types of detailed estimate are as follows: contractor's estimate, engineer's estimate, progress estimate. Rough cost estimate. Estimation of cost before construction from plans or architectural drawings of the project scheme. When even detailed or structural design has not been carried out is called rough cost estimate. These estimates are used for obtaining administrative approval from the concerning authorities. Sometimes, on the basis of rough cost estimates, a proposal may be dropped altogether. So, rough cost estimate usually getting permission from the administrative authorities. So, for that purpose, this rough cost estimates using in the construction. Unit cost is worked out for projects similar to the project under consideration, carried out recently in nearly the same site conditions. So the unit cost, whatever we are calculating for the project, we have to think about the similar project like that. Unit cost means cost of execution of a unit quantity of the work. To find rough cost of any project, this average unit cost is multiplied with total quantity of the present work in the same units. For example, in case of a building, plinth area of the proposed building is worked out, which is then multiplied by the cost per unit area of similar building actually constructed in the near past in nearly the same site conditions to find out the rough cost estimate of the building. This cost is sometimes adjusted by the average percentage rise in the cost of materials and wages. The rough cost estimate may be prepared on the following basis for different types of projects. First one, cost per square foot of covered area is the most commonly adopted criterion for preparing rough cost estimate for most of the residential buildings. For public buildings, cost per person is used. For example, students hostel calculated the cost is cost per student, hospitals cost per bed, hotel cost per guest. Third one, cost per cubic foot is particularly suitable for commercial offices, shopping centers, and factory buildings, etc. For water tank and reservoir, cost may be worked out on the basis of capacity in gallons of water stored. For roads and railways, cost may be found out per mile per kilometer of length. For streets, cost may be per 100 feet per meters of length. In case of bridges, cost per foot or meter of clay span may be calculated. Example, calculate the total rough cost estimate and cost per flat for a multi-storied block consisting of 40 residential flats. Other details are given in the table. You can see here that portion area, the portion area, then unit cost for building works, sanitary works, electrical services, fuel gas services. In main flat area, It has been mentioned the ground floor, first floor, second floor, third floor. For that area has been mentioned, and building works for a ground floor, first floor, second floor, third floor are also mentioned. Likewise for sanitary works also, each floor's cost has been mentioned per square feet. Likewise for electric services, mentioned for ground floor, first floor, second floor, third floor, cost per square feet. Should gas services also mentioned for each floors, rupees per square feet. Likewise, the park area at G4, the area for that building cost 800 rupees per square feet, 40 rupees per square feet for the electric services, no sanitary works and natural gas services. So substation area in all four floors, the cost has been described except sanitary works and shoe gas services. Next is covered shopping area ground floor. For the also no sanitary works, no shoe gas services. So attached to servant quarters, there has been mentioned building works cost, sanitary works cost, electric service cost, and sweet gas service cost has been mentioned. And the following cost as lump sum: road and walkways 15 lakhs, landscaping 12 lakhs, external sewage 7 lakhs, external water supply, overhead and ground floor, ground underground water tanks, pumping machinery for each set of flats 19 lakhs, external electricity 3 lakhs, boundary wall 6 lakhs, miscellaneous unforeseen items 8 lakhs, and 6% development charges and 3% consultancy charges. So the thing is that, so here what I have mentioned is per apartment 40 flats are there. According with the 40 flats, you have to calculate this kind of the cost. So for example, when constructing the flyover bridge, for the flyover bridge, the steel cost has to be 12 times than the concrete cost. Likewise, according with the length, width, dimensions, some thumb rules are there. So you can think about the thumb rules. Example 2 is prepare a rough cost estimate of a residential building project with a total plenty area of building of 1500 square meter given that. So and one more thing I want to tell is initially for in estimations you have to work hard. Later on, surely you will know about the thumb rule. Okay. Plinth area rate. Okay, prepare a rough cost estimate of a residential building project with a total plinth area of building of 1500 square meter given that. Plinth area rate is rupees 950 per square feet. Extra for special architectural treatment 1.5 percentage of the building cost. Extra for water supply and sanitary installations is equal to 5% of the building cost. These are the thumb rule. This kind of thumb rule you can use for your estimations when you going to constructing any buildings. So according to that building only, special architectural, according to the building cost only, you are fixing the special architectural treatment. Likewise for water supply and sanitary installations also. Likewise for internal installations, 14% of the building cost. The building cost, it may be any figure. Okay, extra from electric and fuel gas services is equal to 16% of the building cost. Contingencies 3% overall. Usually the contingency up to 5% we can consider. Supervision charges 8% of the overall cost. Design charges is equal to 2% of the overall cost. So these are the thumb rule. So when you go into the building, so length, breadth, depth, breadth, and you can calculate it. Apart from the all the items calculations, some other items you have to be fixed. So this kind of the this slide number 19 is important one. Example 3. Prepare a rough cost estimate based on unit cost of per unit plinth area basis of a 4-storied office building having a carpet area of 2000 square meter for obtaining the administrative approval of the government. It may be assumed that 30% of the built-up area will be taken by the corridors, verandas, lavatories, staircase, etc. And 10% of the built-up area will be occupied by vaults. The following data is given. Plinth area rate is equal to rupees 1,100 per square feet. Extra for special architectural treatment is 0.5 percentage of the building cost. So already these things we have seen. Likewise, extra for water supply and sanitary installations, we have to take in 6% of the building cost. In example 3, extra for internal installation is equal to 14% of the building cost. Extra for electrical services 12.5 is equal to 12.5% of the building cost. Extra for sewer gas services is equal to 6% of the building cost. And this kind of the sewer gas services and all right at time in major cities like Chennai, Coimbatore and all, they are keeping the sewer gas services in the home itself, in the apartment itself. The gas they are providing, cooking gas and all. Extra due to deep foundations at site is equal to 1% of building cost. Contingencies is equal to 4.5% overall. According to the total, so the according to the overall building cost, okay, the things are considered. So in previous examples, contingencies were on the 3%, fuel gas services were 5% to 7%, and supervision charges is equal to 8% overall. Design charges is equal to 2.5% overall. So that is what these kind of examples I have given. So you can refer this kind of examples. So this will be helpful for you when you making estimation. According with the site size, plot size, it will be vary. Or example 4, prepare a prepare a rough cost estimate for obtaining the administrative approval of the government for a hospital project to serve both indoor and outdoor patients in an important rural area. The hospital will consist of the following: main administrative office with the dispensing operations, etc. Two general wards, each of 20 general beds, superintendent doctors' residence, two assistant doctors' residence, 8 single nurses' quarters, 4 compounders' quarters, 12 lawyer staff quarters. Detailed estimates are prepared by carefully and separately calculating in detail the cost of various items of the work that constitute the whole project from the detailed working drawings after the design has been finalized. The mistakes, if any, in the rough cost estimate are eliminated in the detailed estimate. Detailed estimates are submitted to the competent authorities for obtaining technical sanction. The whole project is subdivided into different items of work or activities. The quantity for each item is then calculated separately from the drawings as accurately as possible. The procedure is known as taking out of quantities. The quantities for each item may be estimated and shown in the pattern, which is called bill of quantities. The unit in which each item of the work is to be calculated should be according to the prevailing practice as followed in various departments of the country. Quantities. The columns has been showed: serial number, description of item, number, measurements, length, width, height, quantity, total quantity, remarks. Likewise, only bill of quantities we have to prepare in the construction. Next, priced bill of quantities. Serial number, the columns has been shown for serial number, description of item, unit, quantity, rate, cost, remarks. Detailed estimate. Each item of the work is then multiplied by its estimated current rate calculated by a fixed procedure to find out cost of the item. At the end, a total of all items of the work are made to get the total estimated cost. The rates are usually as per schedule of rates for the locality plus a premium to allow for rise in lab and material rates over and above the schedule of rates. A percentage, usually 5%, is also provided on the total estimated cost for the work to allow for the possible contingencies due to unforeseen items or expenditure or other causes besides 2% establishment charges. Besides drawings and details of measurements and calculation of quantities, the following documents are also usually submitted with the detailed estimate for obtaining technical sanction. So when you getting the approval from the higher authorities, the technical authorities, you must attach some documents with the detailed estimation. So what are the documents? First one, a report explaining history, necessity, scope, and main features of the project, its design and estimate, etc. Specifications laying down the nature and class of work and material to be used in various parts of the work. The abstract of cost showing the total quantities under each subhead, rate per unit of measurement and cost. Fourth one, calculation sheets showing calculations for important parts of the structure. In fact, in estimating the art and skills lies only in the computation of details without any omissions of all parts of the building or work. So by experience only, you can make some coefficients in the estimations. So here now, contract estimate. It is made by the contractor for determining the price or prices to be bid. So whenever from the owner side they will do one estimation. Like this in contractor side also they will do one estimations. So they sometimes the contractor maybe purchase the materials. The agreement itself the contractor may be signed. Right? According with the agreement, the contractor whether the contractor accept the tender or not and all, they will be checked through the estimation. So on the contracted side also they will do the estimations whether they will get profit or loss. So for that they will do the estimation. That estimation tell us that contractor estimation. Engineer's estimate. This type of estimate is made by the engineer usually for the purpose of financing the work and for checking bids and running bills submitted by contractors. So whatever the bill submitted by the contractor, right? Sometimes the contractor made some faulty measurements. Faulty measurements in the sense the rework. Sometimes for the reworks, the contractor may climb to the engineers. Other times the engineers must to track the cost estimations till now how much work they have completed according to that work how much cost the company has been spent, that has to be verified every time. So that means master quantity the engineer has to uh, keep on tracking in the master quantity. That means till now how much work has been completed, furthermore how much work has to be carried by the contractors, that and all checked by the engineer. So engineers always he have to be update. Next progress estimates. These are okay. I think time up. So when is our afternoon hour starts? Pa? When is our afternoon hour starts? Anybody can tell? Anyone? Hello. When is our afternoon hour starts? Lab during lab hour. I want to conduct the test. I want to conduct the first internal. Hello, are you hearing my voice? Kirtika, Jagan, Tamarachelvan, Sweta, are you hearing my voice?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Uh, Let us collaborate with the first unit and second unit, or first unit itself, or first unit and second unit, which you want. Another staff and all, how they are conducting. is they conduct out of 20 or 30. Already you have completed 3 subjects test, right? Already you have completed 3 subjects in internal, right? Hello?
Sir, for one subject, they kept for 20 marks and one for 30 marks, sir.
So in all subjects, they are conducted 20 marks, right? Hello? For all subjects, they're conducting with only 20 marks, right? Hello?
Sir, for one subject, ma'am kept for 30 marks, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, when is our hour starting? Afternoon? 1:45 or 2? Hello, when is our hour starting? 1:45 or 2? Okay, we can meet at afternoon session. Thank you.